Hi guys, this video is about beliefs and how to navigate through maybe difficult life situations, life challenging situations, stressful situations, and how to keep our consciousness focused, and how to know in every minute, second of our life where we are standing, who we are, and what we want to do. Because whatever are we going through in our life, it's just kind of a test. Whatever is difficult, hard, or maybe painful is just a signal that reveals some negative belief. So it's not a punishment, it's just a system. It's a clearing system, and it's just pointing out something that doesn't work. It just says, look here, look what are you thinking about, what are your beliefs in this particular situation, moment, and then let it go and move on. That's all. So whatever are you right now going through, and it seems it's very hard, you don't know what to do, you are maybe stuck in some situation, just pause and ask yourself, what do you believe about that situation? Because that moment or whatever is happening has no charge on itself. The situation is just as it is, it's neutral, and it's you who is adding the charge, positive or negative. And you are doing it by your beliefs, you are doing it by your thoughts. So it's not that situation or that thing or that person you are dealing with, but it's your belief system. And if you want to really change and move on, you just have to go inside you and to ask yourself, in every situation you don't like, when you feel pain, when you feel angry, when you feel fear, you need to go deep inside you and ask yourself, what do you believe about this moment, this situation? What are you afraid of? And that's the thing. And then you will find out, what are you telling yourself somewhere inside? And then when you realize it, then you can make a decision. If you still want to have this belief, or if you are ready to let it go and to change yourself, to act differently. Whatever are you trying to or you want to change in your life, you have to know that you will be tested. Your consciousness, it's like that you are testing yourself if you are really different person, if you really made the change, And it means, if you really changed, if you become someone else from the quantum point of view, a different person, different vibration, then you have to act differently. So if you fall in the same behavior pattern, like you are afraid, you are fearful, you are angry, you can think whatever you want, but if your behavior is still the same, on the same frequency, fear, anger, jealousy, whatever, then there is not the change. You are still the same. You are still holding on to the same belief, same pattern, let's say. So whenever a hard situation comes, just pause and tell yourself, remember that this is just a test. That you can say like universe is testing you, or you yourself are testing yourself if the change really has been made in your consciousness, in your behavior, in your frequency, or not. And if you are really a different person, you really did change, then you will act differently. And that is the change. The change is not in your mind. Of course, first you have to catch your beliefs or your negative thoughts, whatever. But the real change is in your behavior. So first you have to investigate in each stressful, hard situation. You have to investigate your belief system. What makes you angry? What makes you fearful? What are you afraid of? And you will discover the belief that is behind. What do you believe about the situation? What do you believe about yourself? And from here, you can make a decision that you will have a different belief about yourself, about the world, about people, about that situation. And then the test will come. Maybe the same situation, seemingly the same situation, will occur in your life, or very similar. And you have to know that even if it looks like nothing have changed, it's the same stressful, awful situation, it is a test for you. And you have to know that if you are really a different person, if you really have changed your beliefs, the proof is, and you have to prove this to yourself, that you will act differently. So your consciousness will stay above that situation. You will not fall as before into fear, into jealousy, into maybe sadness, guilt, whatever. You will have your consciousness focused, and you will know that this is just a test, maybe the final test, and you will respond to it differently from the point of view of the new person you wish to become. So this is how, and also you have to know that all negative patterns, belief, thoughts have a tendency um, to repeat itself, to reinforce itself. Uh, so you have to know about it, and you need to catch it, and you need to uh, prove it wrong. You need to stay in your consciousness and to see your beliefs, to see your patterns, and to see how illogical, how negative, how limiting they are, not to fall in this trap, and then to move on and to act differently, because the situation doesn't matter. It's just a situation, it can be just a test, and many times it is. The only thing that happens, that matters, is where your consciousness is and how you will respond to that situation. What is your perspective? How you see it, and how your behavior looks like in that situation. If it's always the same, then nothing can change. You have to change you have to see your beliefs, your patterns, and then you have to move on with a different behavior and to prove yourself that you have already solved it. You just moved on, no matter what, and then it will adjust. Only after that. First, you have to act from a different state of consciousness, and that's the moment when it like clicks and it can switch in a seconds. So this is the trick, this is the mechanism, how it works. It's not personal, it's not a punishment, it's not hard or whatever. It is just a system. A beautiful way to reveal our beliefs and to let it go. So next time something you don't like appears in your life, you have to know that this is your red flag or signal. Look what belief you still have in your life, and do you still want to have it there, or are you ready to let it go and to have a different one, to believe something else about yourself, about that situation, about world. This is it can be hard at the beginning, but after some time, when you will practice this, uh, to see all the situations as having no charge, like um, to make a step back and just to look at it and putting no charge on it and just observe it. And then you will say to yourself, okay, why I am fearful? What do I believe about this? And then you can, and the answer will come, and then you can decide if you still want to believe this. And you will discover amazing things. You will discover so many limiting beliefs you have inside you that actually are not yours. And I hope that you will decide to let it go. So it's just always when something is out of balance, we don't like it, it's just a signal to look and to look deeper and to examine our belief system, and then to make a decision to change it and to act differently no matter what. Always remember, the situation doesn't matter, because it can be just an echo from the past, from your past thinking, behavior, and the test is how will you respond from which state of consciousness. Will you fall into the trap again, into fear, guilt, whatever, or you will go through this certainty? And it's a big difference. So just let me know if this is useful for you. Don't be held back by and limited by negative beliefs. And to do this, you first need to discover them and to know about them, and then to thank them and let them go. Take care and see you with the next video.